Rain hissed through the gums as a muffled cry cut the dark, and Eva said, "That's not wind." The beam found fur tangled in wire, and Noah said, "Illegal snare, low branch, tight set." Koala jerked and the branch shivered. Eva said, "Easy, little one. We're here," though her voice thinned with fear. Maya said, "There's blood on the bark," and the smell of iron rose with wet eucalyptus. Lightning flared, and the forest blinked like a wound. Noah said, "We need bolt cutters and a pole net now." The koala rasped and tried to climb, but pain hauled him down. Eva said, "No sedatives, not yet, we stabilize first." Wind rushed, and distant thunder stalked closer. Maya said, "He keeps twisting his arm." Eva said, "Talk soft, keep him looking at us." The wire sang as it tightened, and time started to shrink. Thunder rolled like a door slamming shut, and Eva said, "No sudden pulls, we inched the slack." The koala coughed, and the sound was small, but it sliced through her plan. Noah said, "Loop is barbed, he'll bite if he twists." Maya said, "He's panting, gums pale." Eva pressed gauze to slow the bleed and said, "Keep that net ready, but do not trap his face." The branch creaked, and a curtain of wet leaves slapped her shoulder. Noah said, "Signal is patchy, I can try this sat phone." Eva said, "Try between flashes, the interference drops." The koala stared at her, and something in that gaze grabbed the old shame she kept buried. Maya said, "You are shaking." Eva said, "Only on the inside." Static hissed in Noah's ear as a broken tone fought the storm, and he said, "Layla, come on, pick up." The koala lurched, and the wire sang like a cruel violin. Eva said, "Maya, eye contact, speak soft." Maya said, "Hey buddy, we see you, stay with us." The trunk slicked under Eva's boots, but she locked her stance and said, "On 3 I'll lift." Noah nudges the loop. The rain rattled through the canopy, like nails in a tin. The koala wheezed and flashed teeth, then sagged. Noah said, "We lose him if the loop tears a tendon." Eva said, "Then we don't let it." The sat phone clicked dead, and the dark pressed closer. Lightning froze the scene and left afterimages of boot prints near the trunk, and Eva said, "These aren't ours." Noah said, "Heel drag, heavy set fresh." The wire bore tiny notches like teeth, and Maya said, "This was set for something bigger." The koala clawed higher, and the loop bitten deeper. Eva said, "Poacher gear, fast release coil, copied from old feral traps." Wind carried a whiff of smoke that didn't belong to rain. Noah said, "We're not alone out here." Eva said, "Then we move faster." She slid the cutters under the wire and felt the branch tremble like a live nerve. The koala hissed, and her heartbeat matched the storm. A quad engine coughed somewhere beyond the scrub, and Maya said, "That's close." Noah said, 200 meters, maybe less. Eva said, "We finish this cut now." The koala trembled so hard the leaves hissed around him. Eva counted, and the storm counted with her, and the teeth of the cutters found the narrowest bite. The engine bird paused, then revved with purpose. Noah said, "Headlights off, they're hunting by sound." Eva said, "Hold him steady, breathe with me." The wire creaked like a warning, and she squeezed until her palms burned. Metal cried. The loop shifted but did not give. The quad rolled nearer, and the night leaned in. The quad faded into the distance, leaving the forest dripping and raw. Eva steadied the cutters, jaw clenched as her heart pressed old memories forward. She said, "I lost one before, not tonight." The koala sagged against the trunk, eyes glassy, chest fluttering like torn fabric. Maya whispered, "He trusts you, don't break that." Noah said, "We need antiseptic, gauze, splint, and we need it yesterday." Lightning cracked and the sat phone buzzed with static, a cruel reminder of silence. Eva pressed her hand to the koala's trembling chest and felt the fragility of a life balanced on edge. She said, "This one makes it. This one has to." The storm eased but left the ground slick as oil. Noah unpacked gauze with restless hands and said, Circulation's cut, paw could necrose. Maya's voice cracked. He'll lose it, won't he? Eva said, not if I keep blood flowing. She pressed warmth into the tiny limb, as though willpower could stitch torn veins. Her mind drifted to a scar in her memory, a Joey lost years ago because she hesitated. She whispered, not this time. Thunder rolled faint but lingering. The koala stirred, blinking once at her, and it was enough to drag her out of the memory. Noah said, that look is yours to answer. Eva wrapped gauze slowly, every loop deliberate, and said, talk to him, Maya, keep him awake. Maya leaned close and whispered, you're safe now, little one. The koala's eyes flickered, caught between fear and surrender. Noah said, pressure's stable for now, but if infection sets in, we'll lose him fast. Eva said, we'll carry him if we must. Law be damned. The weight of her own defiance hit her like the storm never did. She remembered the fine she swallowed last year for pulling a wallaby from restricted land, but tonight it didn't matter. She whispered, they can have my license, but not his life. Noah checked the paw again, muttering, swelling's ugly. We can't wait long. Maya said, how far to the van? Eva said, half a kilometer uphill, mud all the way. The koala whimpered low, a sound that cut deeper than any law or fine. Eva pulled off her jacket, wrapped him gently and said, he rides against me. She tightened the cloth and pressed him to her chest. Maya whispered, you'll break if you fall. Eva said, then I don't fall. The forest loomed, drenched and hostile, but her arms refused to release him. Noah said, we move now before his shock takes him. The slope fought them with every step, mud clutching boots like a jealous hand. Eva grunted but never eased her hold. She whispered to the koala, stay with me. Stay alive. Noah said, breathing shallow, we need warmth fast. Maya slipped twice, panting, I can't keep pace. Eva barked, you don't fall behind, not tonight. Her arms ached, shoulders burning, but the weight was more memory than body. The absent face of a Joey she once failed clung at the edge of her vision. She tightened her grip and said, you'll not be another ghost in my ledger. The van's outline flickered through the mist like a promise. The van door slammed against the wind, echoing like a gavel. Eva eased the koala onto a tarp-lined crate, whispering, he's still with us. Noah lit the lantern and said, pulse weak, lungs strained. Maya knelt and brushed damp fur, murmuring, please fight. The animal twitched as if chasing dreams. Eva said, we'll drive through the pass, hospital's 90 minutes if roads hold. Thunder grumbled, and a streak of lightning revealed the track half flooded. Noah cursed, that pass is washed out. Eva said, we cut through the ridge, no choice. Maya asked, that's private land. Eva said, then let them find me later. The wheels chewed mud, headlights flickering in fog. Noah gripped the dash, saying, tires won't hold this grade. Eva muttered, they'll hold as long as I do. The koala whimpered and Maya pressed her hand to the crate, whispering, he hears us, he knows we're here. Rocks rattled beneath, and the van lurched hard. Noah snapped, we lose the axle, we lose him. Eva said, then I'll carry him the rest of the way. Rain hammered harder, turning each rut into a trap. The crate shifted, and Eva reached back blindly, whispering, stay with me, little one, just breathe. The van jolted to a stop, axle groaning, mud spitting. Eva slammed the brake and said, road's gone. Ahead the track vanished into a river of brown surge. Maya gasped, we can't cross that. Noah scanned a map by lantern light, saying, detour adds 2 hours. He doesn't have 2 hours. Eva stepped out into biting rain, shouting, there's a logging track, half a mile uphill. Maya said, if the inclines washed, we're stranded. Eva whispered, better stranded than dead, though her chest screamed otherwise. The koala coughed weakly, a sound more human than beast, and silence fell heavy. Eva trudged uphill, boots sinking deep, shoulders straining under the crate she refused to leave. She said, no road, then my back is the road. Maya followed, panting, You can't do this alone. Noah carried supplies, grunting. The ridge is unstable, rocks will give. A crack echoed as mud slipped underfoot, nearly toppling them. The koala stirred in the crate, claws scratching wood like tiny pleas. Eva said, "Hear him, he's still fighting." Her arms burned, every tendon screaming, but she pressed forward. Maya whispered, "He's not the only one." Thunder slammed again as if daring them to quit. The ridge narrowed to a knife edge, fog curling like smoke from a wound. Noah shouted, "One wrong step and we're gone." Maya clung to the rock face, whispering, "This isn't rescue, it's madness." Eva, chest heaving, said, "Madness is leaving him to die." The crate rocked as the koala coughed again, a frail sound against the storm. Eva pressed her cheek to the wood, whispering, "Breathe. Just breathe for me." A rock shifted under her boot, tumbling into the ravine below, swallowed by water. Silence followed, broken only by the thin rasp of the animal's breath, and the fight pressed on. The ridge opened into a hollow where stormwater hissed through roots, and silence pressed heavier than thunder. Eva lowered the crate, her breath ragged, whispering, "We made it. Little one, you're safe now." The koala stirred faintly, paw twitching against wood, a sound small but sharp enough to split her chest. Noah crouched, scanning mud slick with tracks, muttering, "Boot prints, wide tread, heavier than ours, not more than an hour old." Maya swallowed. So someone else was here, someone waiting. Eva ran her fingers across the koala's wound, the grooves too deliberate, too clean. She whispered, "This wasn't accident, this was intent." Her jaw tightened as lightning lit the clearing, turning the boot marks into fresh scars across the earth. She said, "They didn't just set snares. They came for him, and they'll come again." Eva lifted the koala's paw, her thumb tracing the grooves like a map of betrayal. She whispered, "These scars are layered. This isn't the first trap, not the first hand that held him." Maya recoiled, eyes wet. "He's been caught before. Who does this?" Noah unwrapped gauze with tight fingers and said, "Collectors, smugglers, anyone chasing dollars over lives. They train them, use them, discard them when profit shifts." Eva's breath caught as her past returned, another Joey with eyes the same shade, lost because she believed a system that said, "Wait, file reports, don't break the rules." She said, "I trusted the law once, and buried him the next day." The koala whimpered, sound raw and strange, and for a moment it felt like he remembered too. Eva whispered, "Never again. This one doesn't go back." Maya whispered, "Why would anyone keep him like this?" Her voice cracked under the weight of disbelief. Noah's jaw clenched, exotic pets, black market, rich buyers who want a piece of wild caged in their living rooms. Eva's eyes narrowed, rain dripping from her hair. "That explains the quad. Explains why they risked the storm. He isn't just any koala. He was theirs." The crate rattled faintly as the animal pressed his head to the wall, a broken instinct to lean into anything steady. Eva lowered her own face to the wood and whispered, "Not again, not yours, not tonight." Noah's voice hardened. "Eva, we're crossing into something bigger than rescue. They'll fight for him." Eva said, "Then let them. Better they break me than I leave him broken." A distant rumble climbed the air, not thunder but engine growl, steady and deliberate. Noah hissed, "They're circling back, sweeping for us." Eva lifted the crate to her chest, muscles trembling, and said, "Then we don't wait for them to find us." Maya grabbed her arm, panicked. "The road's gone, Eva. The river ate it. Where do we run?" Eva turned toward the gorge's shadow, voice steady as stone, "Downstream. The water hides scent, covers tracks." Noah snapped, "It'll drown us. That gorge eats people alive in flood years." Eva's gaze hardened, so does hesitation. The koala whimpered again, sound thin but stubborn. Eva pressed her face to the wood and whispered, "You survived their cage. Now you survive with me." She stepped toward the abyss as lightning crowned the ridge. The gorge path swallowed them, rocks slick as glass, mist thick as smoke. Maya stumbled, gasping, "This is suicide." Eva kept moving, shoulders hunched against the crate, whispering, "No, this is redemption." The koala coughed again, a rasp so faint it felt like a ghost voice, but it carried through them like a command. Noah's boots slipped, stones clattering into the flood below, and he barked, "We can't keep footing, we'll lose more than him." Eva whispered back, "Then let it take me before it takes him." Lightning split the dark, carving ancient initials in the rock wall, poacher marks etched like signatures of cruelty. Eva dragged her hand across them, whispering, "Not your claim anymore." She pressed on, every step defiance, every breath a vow. The gorge thundered with water, roaring like a throat swallowing the world. Eva braced her back against the cliff, clutching the crate, whispering, "Stay alive, just stay." The koala whimpered, weak but still present. Noah shouted over the storm, "Eva, the rock won't hold, it's splitting under us." Maya cried, "We'll be buried if we stay here." Eva pressed her cheek to the crate and whispered, "Then we move now, we climb." Her shoulders ached, her knees shook, but something raw surged through her, stubbornness carved into bone. Lightning slashed the gorge, and the path ahead glistened with danger and a promise she couldn't break. Eva pulled herself onto the next ledge, mud tearing from under her boots, and snarled, "You don't slip, not now." Maya scrambled behind, whispering to herself, "Don't fall, don't fall." Noah heaved the pack upward, shouting, "The ridge narrows, and if the rock gives, we all go." The crate shook as the koala coughed, his sound nearly drowned by the flood. Eva pressed her chin against the lid, whispering, "Fight with me, little one." She dragged herself higher, shoulders screaming, blood from her palm mixing with rain. The ledge above glowed faint in lantern light, fragile but reachable. The roar of engines broke through the storm, cruel and steady. Maya froze, whispering, "They followed us." Noah cursed, "They're at the ridgeline, watching." Eva's chest burned, rage surging hot, "Then let them watch me steal him back." A beam of headlights cut across fog, faint but invasive. The koala clawed at the crate wall, as though sensing hunters in the dark. Eva pressed him closer and whispered, "You're mine to save, not theirs to claim." The thunder cracked, louder than the engines, but the danger felt closer, human and deliberate. She bared her teeth against the storm. Rain cascaded like knives as rocks loosened under their boots. Noah shouted, "We can't outrun them on this slope." Eva said, "Then we don't run, we fight the gorge itself." She swung the crate higher, planting herself between the ridge and flood. Maya screamed, "Eva, you'll kill yourself." Eva's voice broke but held steady, "Better me than him." The koala coughed again, faint but alive, and the sound steadied her. She shouted into the storm, "You don't take him back." Thunder answered, drowning her cry, but she didn't flinch. Every fiber of her body burned as she dug into the mud, refusing to yield. The gorge funneled into a narrow chute where water raged like a beast. Eva gasped, "Only one way forward now." Noah said, "That's suicide." Maya whispered, "Eva, please don't." She pressed the crate tight, eyes blazing, whispering to the koala, "I'd rather drown with you than hand you back." The storm seemed to hold its breath as she stepped into the current. Noah cursed and followed, hauling rope, while Maya sobbed but moved too. The water surged, tearing at Eva's knees, but she lifted higher, refusing to let the crate sink. She whispered, "You live, because I won't let you die." The storm thinned as dawn bled through the clouds, gold light breaking across the gorge. Eva stumbled onto a flat ledge, collapsing with the crate clutched to her chest. She gasped, "He's breathing, he's still here." Noah dropped beside her, ripping open the medkit, muttering, "We stabilize before shock takes him." Maya knelt, hands shaking, whispering, "He's looking at us, Eva. He knows we didn't let go." The koala's chest rose shallow but steady, a fragile rhythm against chaos. Eva pressed her forehead to the crate, whispering, "You're free now, little one. No more cages." For the first time all night, her voice broke with relief. Noah wrapped gauze tighter, hands quick but gentle, muttering, "Circulation's weak, but he'll hold if we keep him warm." Maya stripped off her jacket, tucking it over the koala, whispering, "Take mine, I don't need it." Eva's eyes locked on the scars around his paw, and she said softly, "They don't own you anymore. Not ever again." The koala blinked once, slow and deliberate, and for Eva it felt like recognition. "Noah," said, "we need transport. But at least we've bought him time." Eva whispered, "Time is enough. Time means hope." The storm faded further, leaving only the sound of water rushing below. Eva held the koala gently in her lap now, jacket wrapped snug. She whispered, "You're more than what they made you. You're wild again." Maya brushed his fur softly, voice shaking. "He trusts you. I can see it." Noah sighed, eyes weary but steady. "You bought him another chance. Not many get that." Eva swallowed hard, memory of her lost Joey rising again. She whispered, "Maybe this is my chance too. To forgive myself." The koala's claws flexed weakly, gripping fabric instead of wire. For the first time since night began, the silence around them felt alive, not threatening. Noah checked the ridge above, muttering, "Engines are gone. Looks like they pulled back." Maya exhaled, sagging with exhaustion. "They lost him, Eva. He's yours now." Eva shook her head softly, whispering, "Not mine. Never mine. He belongs to the forest." The koala stirred faintly, turning his head toward the sound of rustling leaves. Eva smiled through her exhaustion, whispering, "You're hearing home again." Noah said, "We'll get him to the hospital, but release comes after recovery." Maya's lips trembled, "And if he doesn't make it?" Eva closed her eyes, whispering, "Then he still knew freedom in the end." The storm's echo drifted away, leaving only bird calls rising with the dawn. Eva stood, cradling the koala close, whispering, "You came back from their cage, and now you'll find your trees again." Maya smiled weakly, brushing mud from her face, saying, "He's alive because you refused to give up." Noah adjusted his pack, muttering, "We move slow, careful, but he'll see daylight beyond this gorge." Eva's eyes welled as she pressed her cheek to the koala's fur, whispering, "You're my redemption, and your freedom is my answer." The sun crested fully, burning gold over the drenched land. The gorge gave way to a quiet clearing where the storm had passed, leaving dew clinging to every blade of grass. Eva lowered the crate into the soft light, whispering, "This is where the night ends." Noah set down his pack, shoulders sagging with exhaustion, muttering, "We fought every mile for this breath." Maya brushed her hands across the wet ground, saying softly, "It feels different here, like the forest waited for us." The koala stirred, lifting his head weakly, nostrils flaring as if tasting freedom already. Eva pressed her palm to the crate, whispering, "It's yours now, not mine." Eva unlatched the crate slowly, her breath catching as the wood creaked. She whispered, "No more cages, not ever again." The koala blinked against the light, claws flexing as if testing air for the first time. Maya whispered, "He's scared." Noah said scared means he still has fight. Eva tilted the door open wider, whispering, "Go on, little one. The trees are waiting." For a moment he froze, eyes darting, chest heaving. Eva's own heart beat with his, trembling at the edge of release. The clearing hushed as though even the earth wanted to witness this first step. The koala stepped onto damp earth, paws unsteady but determined, claws pressing into mud that belonged to him again. Maya whispered, "He's walking." Noah sighed, relief breaking in his chest. "He's choosing wild over us as he should." Eva's throat tightened as she whispered, "Yes, that's where you belong." The animal paused near the first trunk, sniffing bark, then clawed upward slowly, pulling himself higher with each breath. Sunlight struck his fur, drying rain into silver sparks. Eva whispered, "Climb. Show me you're free." He rose with painful grace, but rose all the same, higher than their fears. The koala reached the first branch, clinging with shaking paws, chest rising in effort. Eva whispered, "Every inch is victory." Maya wiped tears with muddy fingers, whispering, "He's home again." Noah said, "Let the wild finish what we started." Eva stood slowly, her body heavy with exhaustion but light with release, whispering, "You carry more than your scars now, you carry ours too." Sunlight burned fully through the mist, igniting the forest canopy with fire-bright gold. The koala looked down once, eyes catching hers, then turned away, disappearing into leaves like a ghost freed from chains. The forest fell silent except for the call of a distant bird, soft and unbroken. Eva whispered, "That sound, he's part of it again." Maya leaned into her shoulder whispering, "We'll never forget this." Noah exhaled hard, muttering, "Some scars heal in the wild, others stay with us." Eva tilted her face to the sky, sun-warming skin that had known only storm, whispering, "I failed once, but not tonight." The koala's shape vanished into the canopy, a final heartbeat echoing in memory. The clearing stood still, as if holding their silence forever. Eva whispered, "He's free. And so am I."